So this is my setup here. This is a software called Obsidian. It's like a fancy markdown editor, but this is a setup. You have the sidebar here. This is literally a folder on my computer called a local workspace. Everything stays in this vault. Basically a folder on your computer called local workspace. You can see the inbox projects and areas and resources. This is the Para system, P-A-R-A system by Tiago Forte, combined with GTD style projects here. You can see this is everything that I'm working on. And this is literally a folder here, local workspace on my computer, exact same structure. If you open that up in Cursor or VS Code, it will look the same, but you can see the code inside as well. Because Obsidian is not a code editor, you won't be able to see any of the code there, but only the markdown files. And it's useful in terms of visualizing stuff. Everything is stored here. This is my second brain here. All the resources are created by the agents here. The marketing agents create their market researches here. New products that it creates, digital products that I have to sell. And this is a daily AI trend scan. This is the agent config files. Everything inside here is also an alias. So agents.md is a standard that is widely accepted. I'm using Claude code for my setup. This is merely just an alias which points to this file. The content stays the same. We have Telegram connected, which I will cover later. We have a bunch of instructions here. Some of my high-level rules, outreach rules, time awareness, my time zones. This is pretty much what OpenClaw is trying to do. Why I'm using this setup and not OpenClaw, because I have set it up much before OpenClaw, and it works with my Telegram as well. So I didn't see a point in moving from here to creating the new memory files and identity files. I may actually migrate to it, but I do want to keep using Claude code, which is not really possible from OpenClaw. I think Claude code as the harness is much more better, I think, for coding. This is my personal experience, obviously. Also, you cannot use the max $200 or $100 subscription. That is a problem as well. You can maybe do a workaround. The project structure, this is where I work from. This is a state of my life, really. So this includes any projects. This is a new faceless tube app that I'm building. So it has an objective. This is a validation project. Will people pay for it? Video ship, SaaS, some accountants, email outreach. If I am writing code, I create a new project here, what the feature should do. But I don't actually manually create it. I have my Telegram here and I just talk to it like this. And then it transcribes and does everything here. All the active projects are here and the archives go to here. Backlog, completed, failed, on hold. If it wasn't able to prove something that all the experiments are here as projects, it will go to fail. If I'm working on a feature and the idea was to get more customers because of that feature and it didn't work, it will go to failed. My agents actually work transport. So when OpenClaw was gaining popularity, the system found and went ahead and built an app. You have trend scan here, so all the trends. Once it identified that there was a market for OpenClaw one-click implementation SaaS products on Twitter, there were a lot of people talking about it. Inside the app, these are all created by this agent. This was the Crew Desk project that it created, and it deploys everything, gets the domain name, sets up everything. Obviously I had to buy the domain name. That is manual. Deploy OpenClaw in under 1 minute. It used to work, but then I changed something and it doesn't work anymore. Does it from end to end. I can also do other things like Reddit research and keyword research, and based on that create new SaaS products. We will talk about when we talk about finding the opportunity. I have a massive prompt here that will go through everything. This is my SaaS I am trying to promote. Brand Brain app. Check it out. I built this first, then this Obsidian Vault. This is basically the same thing, always on agents. That's the idea, but only for marketing focused. And the code structure here, this is a mono repository. All my apps, I don't have different GitHub repositories for each app. Basically, that's what it is. All the apps are in one GitHub repo and everything is under that. And the shared code goes into packages, the custom agent and the convex auth, media services, search services, things like that. Some of the things that are used across apps, all that goes in there. The setup is really this local workspace directory combined with a bunch of skills. We have the skills here, agent browser, agent protocol, how it should behave. If I am pushing my project to Hetzner or Coolify servers, it will use that Coolify skill, marketing outreach for my AI automation services, and that is a setup. What we are interested in here is the Dev workflow setup. I do have a very simple workflow. The main thing is that I do have applications that it should refer to. I don't have a lot of specific rules. I just say refer to these apps here already. These are good examples. Follow the same patterns. I actually will be sharing this in my school community, so you can grab it from there. Community for anyone who wants to wipe code and ship SaaS products. Very few rules here. Micro SaaS and development, code location, everything is symlinked. Code is symlinked to this apps directory here. Reference AMPs, technology research requirement. Agent knowledge is outdated, so it should always search for the new models. Image generation, I should actually update it. Nano Banana Pro models. Next is React project tracking for all changes. Our work must be recorded here and updated whenever work is complete. It doesn't work all the time. The agent, of course, will forget. It's not magic. Mono repo git workflow commit message. It says every project that involves code must include app branch recent commits, how the project file should be structured, atomic commits, post change testing mandatory, unit tests, RTL, fix failures, commit after every code change, do not commit code that breaks tests, some front-end development rules, the user-friendly copy, logo, and branding. I don't really create any of this manually. I just talk to it, and if I spot something wrong like this, I'll ask it to update. I can also mention Claude like Claude, and it will pick up any task, maybe something like that, and then it will go ahead and pick up that task and do it. I have a today thing. I can communicate with the agent like this. Call completed, a session, wake up, archived, 3 inbox items processed, kill decisions, killed, all of these projects. A lot of it is auto actually. I don't even know what it is actually doing. So whatever the message I'm sending from Telegram, it also does it and tracks it there. Manages my time. How Telegram integration works is that it is a Python script and it pulls from Telegram. It feeds into Cloud Code here. CD local workspace. I am in that directory, this one here, the same directory that my Obsidian is. This is how I started. I also use a timer heartbeat system. It works the same way as a heartbeat, similar to OpenClaw. There is a compliance timer as well that checks all the instructions have been actually done. Also use Opus 4.6. If you use Sonnet 4.6, it could be cheaper. What I have found is that it makes mistakes and then you have to spend more time in fixing them. And then in the end, the time and money spent is more or less the same. I don't use any additional extra usage. It's my max plan. I do hit rate limits though. The heartbeat system is mainly using Claude agent teams environment variable. You have to set it to enable that. And then what I do is I go to that directory. First of all, I need to enable tmux and then Claude teammate mode tmux. I just want to quickly show you how the heartbeat system works. Start all timers. Basically, it creates some bash commands like sleep 60 for 1 hour for every 1 minute. Check the inbox. That's what it says. It gets backgrounded. And it doesn't actually background it. That's probably because we have chosen Sonnet 6. Let's change that. Model start timers. So I've changed it to Opus 4.6 here, model, and starting all mandatory timers now. And now it is backgrounded. You need Opus 4.6 for best performance really. Otherwise it doesn't really work, I guess. I'm going to stick to Opus 4.6 then because it might not work the right way if I use Sonnet. You can see the bashes here, 900, that is every 15 minutes. Heartbeat, there is a cleanup, any idle agents that will clean up, and it reads CloudMD every now and then to remember things. And compliance, list every user instruction in this session, verify each acted on, flag dropped work so that it updates every now and then to keep the system up to date. What is it saying? 5 timers running, active projects, inbox timer 5. That's how it is connected to Telegram. Every 1 minute it checks for messages from Telegram. If it is a voice message, then it transcribes it and processes the message. That is the setup there. We'll start finding the opportunity and then use this mega prompt to kick off the process of building, finding an opportunity, and also creating an appropriate SaaS after market research. So let's go through this prompt. One short SaaS discovery and build prompt. Create an agent team to find, validate, and ship an AI-powered one-feature micro SaaS painkiller in the next hour or two. Create a full comprehensive report. Niche selection. Think about popular niches. Check recently popular marketplaces, platforms, AppSumo, G2 Capterra, product hunt popular launches. Create a list of niches to search. Look on TrustMRR, Reddit. Think about where AI could help in what niches with media medium to high purchasing power. Phase 1 is context gathering. So this is niche selection. This is context gathering and in-depth research for that selected niche. So the first one is trend scan, going through YouTube outliers, recent trends there, Reddit pain points, Twitter discussions, and think more ways and do. And then is keyword research, Reddit deep dive, find subreddits where people complain about existing solutions, identify specific pain points and feature requests, look for I would pay for this or I built this janky workaround signals, competitor landscape for each opportunity, research existing solutions, their pricing tiers. Then there's phase 2. Phase 2 is ICPs and opportunity scoring. Ground your determination with research and data. Think about the ICPs, problems users are paying already, $99 a month. Primary, secondary, tertiary ICPs. Include all organic acquisition channels for these ICPs. Score each opportunity using combined formula. Hormozy value equation. As a builder, for me as a builder, revenue potential, likelihood of success, build time, effort required. Hormozy value equation for the end user of my SaaS. User value, dream outcome, perceived likelihood, time to result, effort to use. Then market signal score, keyword volume, competition gap, and monetization clarity, easy to reach on social media. Use weighted scoring, final combined score after all that. My Hormozy score, user Hormozy score, market signals. I just made it up really. Normalize to 0 to 100, TO the results, 80 plus, build this, strong candidate, 40 to 59, maybe later. Then there is phase 3, grand slam offer design for top 3 only. For each opportunity, scoring 60 plus. Create a grand slam offer. Probably I should 80 plus and then 60 plus. Dream outcome, the stack pricing, positioning, why now? Prepare GTM strategy for each product. And then there is phase 5, reporting and decision. You can add more requirements in this prompt here under each phases. Phase 6, build after I select. This is a checkpoint. Essentially what I'm trying to do is let it stop here and then wait for my selection before building what I select based on the report. And I'm saying send the report to Telegram as a PDF as well. And then there's the build. Create a project in 10 projects. Actually, that should be much before, etc. Otherwise, it wouldn't create the project up front. So we need to capture all the market research as well in the project. Set up the app. These are more technical decisions. I'm going to use Next.js 16 plus, Convex plus, TypeScript, and Tailwind. Build the one core feature that solves the main pain point. Painkiller. Make it look distinctive, not generic AI slop. I'm telling it here, follow front-end design skill. Deploy to Cloudflare. What I'm expecting is that it will deploy everything to Cloudflare. Configure the domain. I have logged in via the Convex CLI, Cloudflare CLI also. So it should use that. You can also embed this prompt in a skill so that you don't have to do this again and again. You can add it as a slash command. So that is the prompt. So let's start building this. Tmux and agent teams. So you need to set up agent teams first. All you have to do is go to settings.json in Claude settings. Under your home directory, there will be a .claude directory. Under that, there is a settings.json file. In that Claude code experimental agent teams, you have to set this environment variable to 1. Then you go to your terminal. I'm using iterm. This is the command that you have to say. You start in the same directory as where your Obsidian is in. You don't start in your code directory, so that it creates the projects and everything in Obsidian here. Again, remember our code is symlinked here and all the code is in this directory here. Before doing that, I have to start a tmux session. So I'm going to start a new tmux session and then I am going to type in that command. So here we are saying teammate mode is tmux and model is opus. Enter that and then you can see your Claude code here. Now I can just copy paste that prompt. I can send it via Telegram or from the chat here. I'm just going to send it from here. Enter. For the agent teams to work, you need to add this phrase here, create an agent team. Let's see what it does. I will kick off immediately, creating the project file, setting up the team and launching parallel research agents. I'm also running with bypass permissions on. So it has created the project here. So this is a project file that it has created, AI micro SaaS sprint, find, validate, ship an AI powered one feature micro SaaS, decision log. You have different phases, niche selection, context gathering, ICP, grand slam offer, GTM strategy. As it works through all of this, it for sure will forget all of the things that we said in that initial mega prompt. That's why I'm tracking everything in a project file. There are other ways to do it, but I am used to the system. So now it is setting up phase 1, marketplace and niche research, trend scan, Reddit deep dive, pain points, and then keyword research for top niches, and score the opportunities, design offers, create GTM strategy, strategy and create final report. It knows that this one is blocked by 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this ones can happen more or less parallelly. So it is kicking off other agents here. So this one is a marketplace researcher. You can also talk to this individually here. Use agent browser if needed. I shouldn't have been typing it. I tried to spawn one, but I was typing it, and because of that, it exited. It will respawn everything again once it. All right. Keyword competitor analyst. AI micro SaaS trends. This is trend scanner. I have to tell the teammate trends scan must be done with YouTube as well. Don't forget this. It does forget all the instructions, and also the quality has declined in the last few days for Opus. That may be a contributing factor here as well. I can also say use the relevant skills to do research and use the research tools. It should still be all right with the web search. You can also use agent browser to scan marketplaces. It is relaying this information. Use agent browser to marketplace directly. That is relayed there. This does eat a lot of tokens. Agent teams, be aware of that. It is coming back with some of the opportunities here. AI review response generator, AI security for vibe code, AI content repurposer, AI email warm-up deliverability, subscription payment recovery. We are waiting for the market research documents. Marketplace research done. Browser deep dive done. YouTube outliers done. Opportunity score in progress. One shot is not really possible because the quality degrades as time goes on and they work on different tasks. So you'll have to remind it every now and then. But agent teams help because the team lead has more context than the teammates, and none of it has compacted so far. This one is going to compact. So what you need to do is that if you tell it specifically how many agents to spawn and what tasks each teammate should do, then it will redirect those tasks to those teammates only. That way it will not reuse an existing teammate for future tasks, and you will never hit the compaction and the quality will be better. So now it is reading the project file again and trying to update it. So I can do this when I am out and about as well using Telegram. So I don't have to be exactly in front of the computer. For my normal projects, I just keep this kind of Claude sessions running, and I have timers that fire every 60 seconds. And any instruction that I tell it here will be read by this Claude code session. This is why you have to add checkpoints and save the progress. And that is the reason I use this kind of project files. So now it has updated the project saying niche selection, all of this is complete, and generate PDF and send to Telegram. So look how neat it is. So it's at this step here. It has all the activity logs, all the final reports, sub-reports. Let's read them here. Marketplace research, niche research, 13 AI micro SaaS niches. Niche 1, AI answer engine optimization, review response generator, AI proposal generator, AI meeting notes, AI e-commerce product description, content brief generator, email warm-up, and delivery monitor. You can actually borrow all of this information from this video and go ahead and build them. I will also be picking up products from here and building in our school community. So check out the school community, head over there. I got a notification on my mobile. Micro SaaS Sprint Report PDF. Let's look at that. That is a long file. Open with preview. AI Micro SaaS Sprint, find, validate, ship, and AI powered painkiller. Execute a summary. AI review response generator for local businesses. That is the winner. Dominance across every dimension. Simple to build, 2 to 3 days, massive low competition, keyword volume 4,400. You can go ahead and build this actually. At competition, index 8, clear pricing gap, proven willingness to pay, and passive distribution via Chrome Web Store. So you can actually make use of Chrome Web Store's presence as well. So you don't have to actually manually outreach. If someone is searching for it, you will be discovered. AI response generator, a content response generator, subscription payment recovery, maybe later. Build this AI review response generator. What it is, I'm not really sure. So it has gone through all of this. Web research, Reddit analysis skill, Google Ads keyword planner API, real volume competition, YouTube outlier discovery, agent browser, acquisition channels, micro SaaS market. So these are all niches identified. You can do a deep dive into all these sub niches and see any more painkillers exist. and YouTube outliers. I taught my dog to wipe code games. So wipe coding is still a hot market. Tried wipe coded OS, AI agents can save SaaS from AI agents. Key demand signals, wipe coding security crisis. AI brand monitoring, GEO. SaaS is dead narrative. Keyword research, how to respond to Google reviews. Oh, that's what it is. AI response generator for Google reviews. How to reply to Google reviews, respond to Google reviews. These are all keywords. This is a good monthly volume if you do all the AI SEO for this. AI proposal writers, strong niche, monthly volume, AI content repurposer, law competition. But you can refine this further, but I'm going to build that app, opportunity scoring. My Hormozy, revenue potential 9. Fragmented competition, no dominant player. Chrome extension plus API 2 to 3 days. Standard web app. Effort required. I think I'll just do the standard web app. And then dream outcome, perceived likelihood, time to result. And you can actually go ahead and build this. That is the point of it. The core of this is Chrome extension. Detects review pages, generates 3 response options. 50 review response templates by industry, negative review recovery playbook, bonus, weekly review digest email. Review reply helps local business owners respond to every online review in seconds without stressing over what to say. Offer 2, brand lens AI, dream outcome, see exactly what AI search engines say about your brand versus competitors. Updated daily, that is another offer. Ship safe, scan AI generated code, but those are not the winners. This is the winner, review reply. And GTM strategy, build MVP Chrome extension, beta list page, seed 10 beta testers, publish Chrome extension, product hunt launch, AppSumo lifetime deal, Google Ads, agency outreach, referral program. Channel priority, Chrome Web Store. Reach passive because it is making use of the Chrome Web Store's reach. Discovery, community, small business, local SEO, sweaty startup. I'm just going to go to team lead and I'll say, I agree with your assessment that the winner is the reply reviewer, but for this exercise, I want to try with the AI GEO SEO tracker for businesses because I want to do a web app. Or can we do the web app for review replier? Is that possible? Just going to ask it. By the way, record all my instructions, questions, etc. in the project file so that we can track it. Review reply absolutely works as a web app, and it is actually the simpler, faster build of the two. I'm going to say start the inbox timer because it is easier to read from Telegram. Yeah, inbox timer is on, so I'm going to switch over to Telegram here. Is it possible to use Google Places API and other APIs from Google itself? Because we have access to Google Cloud Console. You can check in our skills env.local file for all the APIs instead of users manually copy pasting this. An easier way to do this. I can do this from my mobile as well. So let's see if that picks it up. The focus of this video is more to show the setup of Obsidian and how it all works. So it's reading Telegram, downloading and transcribing here. So that's how you keep the sessions, the team lead awake using timers. It's checking my env file, which all API keys I do have. We have a Google Places API key. Let me check what's possible with Google Places for reviews. Yes, we have Google Places API in env local. Can fetch Google Business Profile API. So it has already thought about that. My recommendation for MVP, use a hybrid approach. User enters their Google business name or place ID. We auto-fetch the latest 5 reviews via Places API. Also allow manual paste for reviews from Yelp, TripAdvisor, Facebook. AI generates responses for all of them. And then I'll also say, remember and track that we need to use Vercel's AI SDK with OpenRouter adapter and using structured outputs. Research all this, how to use structured outputs with Vercel's AI SDK. Then plan the app, and we are ready to implement the review reply now. Deploy the thing end to end. And if you need any APIs, copy over the API keys from my skills.env.local to the apps env.local file. Google API APIs can do both fetch and reply. Google Business Profile API. This means review reply can be fully automated. User connects to Google Business Profile or auth. App fetches their reviews automatically. AI generates responses. Google approves. App posts the reply directly back to Google. No copy paste at all. End-to-end automation. Requirements are to credentials. We have Google Cloud Console. User needs owner manager access on their G. That is possible. Need to register the app with Google. Take some time to set up, but doable. Phase 1 now, manual paste AI generate. We don't actually need to go with the step-by-step of manual paste and AI generate and attach the instructions and document it and add it to the project as well. How to create and enable the API in Google Cloud Console, so I can go there and create the and add the permissions, and also you can send it to me here on Telegram as well. Remember to use convex queries and mutations. No need for the infrastructure or any of the complicated directory layout that we use for brand brain, because that's a bigger app. This is just an MVP. We are not going to use all the enterprise structure here. Directly use convex mutations and the queries, and we are not using any API endpoints unless it is not supported by convex functions. Also don't forget to set up locally for convex development environment for this project, and also at the time of deployment, don't forget to deploy the production either. So this way I can actually watch what it is doing. But the problem here is it's not using agent teams anymore. It is doing all the work itself. So I'm going to just tell that as well. It seems like you are doing all the work. You're not delegating to different agents. Maybe that is bugged out. I can see that you're using sub-agents but not using teammates. Is there any reason for that? So you can see here that it is actually running 2 sub-agents here, but not making use of any teammates. So I'm just nudging it in that direction. This is of course much more cost effective, but the problem is teammate gets compacted and loses track of the big picture. That's why it needs to be delegated to the teammates. Do not reuse teammates, task specific teammates. You get the idea how to work with this. Actually, it re-enabled the team creator. It figured out how to solve that problem. There was an error happening before, but so just downloading this dev workflow skill there. We have 2 app scaffolder and docs writer. We were at 4% now, so it is actually burning through tokens. So we have a new setup guide here. It's sent to us, request API access. Go to Google Cloud Console, request API access, and approval status approved. This actually looks like a very simple process. Don't forget to test the local app using agent browser. Okay, now it is testing one of the other app tester is actually testing the app. That's not actually bad. Paste the customer review here, business name, professional. So I'm not going, okay, it is actually trying to type the review, generate a review. It's actually testing it. It is selecting the empathetic and business name is entered as well. Mario Pizza. It is getting an error. It should fix it itself. Okay, it has clicked now generate reply, failed to generate reply. It should capture that and try to correct it. So as you can see, not everything is magic like the hype. It does have a lot of benefits. It makes you more productive for sure, but it's not like magic you can one-shot everything. We have something here. So Google Cloud Console blocks browser automation, same as LinkedIn. I need you to do this manually, so we'll have to do that manually. So it looks like it has corrected that error. It's trying again. I'll also say in my Telegram here that while the testing happens, can you actually deploy this to Cloudflare and then configure the DNS, etc. using the CLI. So I'm going to go out and come back and see what it has done so far. I'm going to let it run for a while. So I'm back. After about 10 more minutes, when I was outside, I got these messages in another 7 minutes. And you can see that it has tested this on our local machine and generated the reply. We just sincerely apologize. I tested that portion and we ran into an error here. Fixed that as well. Review reply test blocker Next.js dev server returning internal server error. It was also deployed as a subdomain, which is under review reply.brandbrain app as a subdomain to my main brandbrain app. Use that here. Terrible service, Mario's Pizza. 1-star rating, generate reply. Well, that is not working, so that needs further investigation, but you get the idea. The thing is that you can iterate on that, correct it, and so on. And now it is standing by to submit to 5 directories and launch posts. If you say that, go ahead and post this to these directories, it will do that. But this video has been so long already but you get the idea. So that is a full system, really. This is the next bit of it that I'm not going to really include here, but the same principle, same prompts, directory submissions. You can also ask it to launch it on Product Hunt. It will actually go there and screenshot the app, log in, and take all the pages and workflows and everything. You can prompt it to take the screenshot and launch it on Product Hunt and other directories, or promote it on Reddit. I do have all the skills set up in my setup. That's what my whole system is. It's all done for whole system, finding opportunities, building and marketing. Everything is included in here. It can also send emails to do cold email outreach. So all the marketing systems are also set up. If you want to learn more about it, you can join my school community. Whether you're an agency owner trying to automate or create new SaaS apps, or you're an indie hacker, or you want to ship SaaS, that's it here. And I've been teaching in agent workflows now. I'm pivoting to agentic workflows make much more sense now. N8N has its place. So this is my school page. You will get access to all my new upcoming courses, early access to my Brand Brain app here as well. You can market your SaaS products using my tools as well. Social media agents and wipe coding courses coming soon, Claude Code, anti-gravity. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next video. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and like the video.